The people of Niue are now helping to create a bold vision for a Pacific that is free from the threat posed by invasive species.
The rats, that's one of the biggest issues that we have. We don't have systems in place to eradicate the rats, but the impacts on our food security from these species is huge. I want my child to hear the birds, and I want my child to feel there's beauty in the forest that we forage for food. I want that to still be available when she's older.
As a single island with a small population, Niue is ideally placed to prevent the reincursion of invasive rats following any eradication efforts. But the use of toxic bait would require temporary restrictions, such as harvesting coconut crab.
So it's just about trying to get people to buy into the idea and see the importance of if you do some of these things for short term, and then the long term gains will be a lot more substantial, I guess. Like if you get rid of rats, or if you want to get rid of the feral pigs, this is the kind of environment that you're going to have. There could be a lot more forest regeneration areas, a lot more food available. But there still needs to be a lot of awareness, especially with our communities here in Niue. It's just about having that short-term sacrifice for long-term gain, and just having that mindset that we're doing it for our future generations, you know. They're just gonna go up there and park them there.
Niue's vision for restoring the resilience of its natural ecosystems could help to scale up similar efforts across the Pacific and around the world. And Niue is working to ensure that they can undertake this work in an integrated, holistic, and sustainable way.
To me, managing invasive species is the most cost-effective thing we can do to build the resilience of our communities, our people, but more so the environment. 2030 is an important goal that we set ourselves to ensure that we establish and create robust enough systems for the resilience of our environment and our country and our people. If we can achieve eradicating invasive species and be known as the island that has achieved this goal, it's a huge milestone for Niue.
For Niue, success will depend on its ability to help its communities, and especially its young people, to literally see a future worth fighting for.
We're training the young children at school in how to scuba dive and being able to see underwater. A lot of Niueans, funny enough, can't swim, you know, and so we're helping the young ones come and have a look for themselves. That will include forest walks and understanding more the natural environment around us and why we need to protect it, why we need to get rid of the invasive vines, the rats, the feral cats, the pigs.
The Niue Ocean-Wide Trust has developed an innovative model for increasing the climate resilience of Niue's ecosystems while improving local livelihoods.
We developed what's called the Ocean Conservation Commitments, which is a type of nature-based biodiversity credit, and people can sponsor the protection of 1 square kilometre of ocean space in our large-scale marine protected area. There's 127,000 square kilometres in our protected area, which is a no-take zone. So there's 127,000 ocean conservation commitments available for sponsorship, and we've had sponsorship from over 35 countries.
This sustainable funding model is helping Niue to take a more integrated approach to the management of its marine and terrestrial ecosystems.
Ecotourism is a really big area, and that provides opportunity for our people to engage in activities that generate a livelihood, but in a way that respects the environment. Not just in protecting the environment, but bringing visitors in as well and involving them. And a lot of visitors we find this day and age are looking for that kind of experience where they're actually contributing towards protecting nature and the environment. Now we just need to move everybody in the direction of regenerating, giving nature time to rebuild itself, at the same time as adapting for climate change and building resilience towards that.
It is clear that Niue's leaders are driven to manage invasive species and restore native ecosystems because they know it is the land and the sea that defines them as people.
When you look at something that you lose as part of your culture, I feel I'm not doing good by my ancestors. I'm not a good custodian because I'm not able to get rid of these invasives. When you lose your identity because of something that we introduced, that really hits hard. My grandparents raised us and showed us the goodness of what is there. And now, years later, we have introduced something into the system, our environment, that we shouldn't have. We need to do a lot more because I can't explain it to my child. A species that was gone, that language is gone already. I don't know how to explain it unless it's there for me to show her and explain to her what it is and the importance of it being part of the ecosystem or the biodiversity or the environment that we live in. Climate doesn't wait for anybody. Nature doesn't wait for anyone. We need to get it done. For us to be able to scale up our efforts, we need our really good partners and programs in place, and this is where PRISM has allowed us to partner together to achieve our goals.
We feel the impacts of climate change, and we have all the challenges that small island developing states do have. The work on invasive species is not peculiar to Niue. We're already learning from each other and what we're doing in terms of invasive species and other things to help build sustainability and climate resilience, bring back biodiversity. This is something that we have to do. Not only are we inspired to do it, and we know it's ambitious, but we believe that there's the technology, there's the commitment and will to do this, and we have to do it. We've got one island, we've got to look after it, and we can't fail.